Hi guys, welcome to another KamicarzCreation video. This is a bit of a post video, doing a bit of a summary of the old girl. By no way is it all over. Welcome to another KamicarzCreation video. So we've got a DYNO Tune here. Terry has graciously brought his DYNO Tune down to give this old girl a bit of a run. This is a little bit of a post video. The run's already happened, so I'm just doing a little bit of a summary of the results and the findings. So a lot of people have picked up with this motor and mentioned ticks and knocks and clunks and yes, definitely in there. We thought it was something reasonably simple, but we're getting to the point now that we think it's a little bit more devastating than what we can run in the car. It may still be something simple, but we just haven't found it and haven't been able to resolve it. It runs really nicely now on the DYNO Tune. Good under load. Terry's got a good tune in it, which is a real bonus. And it's looking good. It just has this knock in it. And it could be something that's happened over the time of trying to tune it. You know, we may have had it too far advanced at times. Who knows? Something's in there, something's going wrong. It's been the first motor I've built in a lot of years, and there could be just something inherently in there I did wrong at the start, but that doesn't matter. As you'll know if you've been watching some of my videos, I'm building a 202 bottom end for this beast. It was going to be for another car, but I'm changing direction, and I think I'm going to put it in this car. So if you've had a look at that, it's been away. COVID slowed things down very much on waiting for parts. So it's the sump for it's being made by ASR down in Victoria, and there's a 10-week wait just on that sump, and that's to go over the sonic injection girdle that I bought. Gives it a bit of clearance, but it's also a high volume sump. It's got a big box on the end of it, and I've gone for an external pickup, so getting rid of the internal and drawing from the oil pump directly with an external line. It's got a full ARP upgrade in it. It's running Ross Racing pistons and spool imports conrods. The whole rolling stock, I've bought a lightened flywheel, but not a super light flywheel from Yellow Terra, and I think it's a Romac balancer, and the crank's actually in the grinder at the moment waiting to be ground down at the engine machinist. Once that's ground, it's going away and the whole rolling stock is going to be balanced, so it should make it a really nice bottom end. And when I pull this beast back out again, which is inevitable, I'll have a look at the head, make sure I haven't bent a valve. That could be something in there. It could be just the roller rockers tapping on the underside of the rocker cover too. So on the process of pulling this down, one of the first things I'll do is take the rocker cover off and have a look and see if it's still something simple, but we'll get there. And it's a fun process. I'm really excited about this bottom end, this 202. It's going to be a strong motor and do justice to Shane's Supercharger sitting on top of it. So that's going to be a really great process. It probably won't take anywhere near as long as it has before. But anyway, that's the process. So what I want to show you today is Terry's dyno setup. The car sitting on the dyno, it has got that inherent tap and knock in it, which detracts a little bit from the sound of this beast running beautifully on the dyno. We did, through the process, strip the fuel rail off, and we thought we had a bit of a fuel hammer in there. The funny tapping noise up in the fuel rail, we weren't sure whether it was an injector failing, but we did find a little bit of residue O-ring in the fuel line down at the fuel regulator, but we pulled it off, cleaned it all up, and it runs a lot better on the second run, getting that good fuel supply. So anyway guys, here we go, have a look at this dyno setup.
So guys, this is out the back of the annex of my shed, back of the storage area. I paved this little area just for a bit of extra space to be able to push a few cars around. I'll turn around and show you the inside in a second. But we've set up Terry's dyno out here, which works absolutely perfectly. So she's a good little setup in a good space to do a bit of testing on this car.
So there you go, guys. Might be the last time it runs, might not, don't know, don't care. It's all a fun process, and enjoying the learning is the big thing. Having that dyno is just amazing. I'm so stoked that Terry brought that down and we set it up outside there. So hopefully within the next 4 or 5 weeks, it's been a long process getting this 202 built, but hopefully in the next 4 or 5 weeks we can finalise that bottom end and maybe start making some progress on that, as well as my little Celica that's sitting here just in front of me. So anyway, guys, keep watching, and bye for now.